Dragon energy lives inside of you. It finds a way to communicate with everything that is alive. Inside of us, whenever the dragon is with us, the more it gets developed and the more it gets a chance to talk to other spirits and other beings. It is very sensitive for other spirits, especially if you are around your dragons. You can have a lot of energy from them, and they will donate a lot of energy so that you will be much more awakened. What dragons can do, what I learned from dragons, is that they communicate with everything that is alive, even the trees, even the soil, everything that is nature. They are talking to it, and inside of our hands, it can communicate with everything that is alive as well. That is how dragon energy works. Dragon energy is the spirit of the dragon that is trying to communicate with everything. And that is why I respect everything that grows, because everything that grows is still the dragon goddess. And it's getting feeded by the dragon god. What happens with us is that we emit energy from the dragon within our hands, and it goes around everything that is alive. It communicates with it, and then it returns inside of our hand. We don't need sounds to hear it. We just need a vibration to feel it. We feel the soul of everything that is alive. And that is why sometimes Leviathan shows me how sometimes in this cruel world, sometimes doesn't see any value in something that is alive. But I do, because of my dragons. Because the dragons has teach me by my side how dragon energy works. It communicates, it grows, it develops. It's going to be your third eye. You will see much more when your eyes are closed with dragon energy. And even seeing your own dragon by your side. You even can see inside of your own body, that you can see your spirit. Inside of us, in this hand that you have, in your hand, you can emit so much dragon energy that everything, for example, this entire forest becomes alive and it wants to speak to you. Every tree has a voice, every tree has an own soul, and that is also with the animals inside of this forest. It has their own soul, their own way of speaking, their own communication, and all seem to be interested in talking to the dragon. Try to develop your dragon energy, my brother or sister, because inside of you lives a gift from the dragons that is being reborn, and because of the dragons by your side, it gets more and more developed. For example, just use your hand. Your hand is a powerful tool inside of the dragon's path. Just use your mind. Nothing of words, no words at all. Just your mind, just your instincts, because everything is about your instinct. And just touch something that is not made by man, that is only made by nature. And you know, nature is the dragon. And when you touch it, when you touch something like a tree or something that is growing, you can feel an infant inside of it. Humans see this world as only meant for humans, so they only see humans. But a dragon's eye can see much more, and a dragon's eye can see energy in everything that is growing. Because I don't see a world wonder inside of a building or a statue or whatever. I see a world wonder in everything that grows, because it's still Tiamat, it's still the dragon goddess, still taking care of her children. This is her body. This is life. That is what humans cannot see anymore. And that is unfortunate, because every tree is so different, but they don't see it. They cannot see it. Simply like humans are. Every human is different, and so is every single bit of life. And that is why we should all respect it. The more you develop your dragon energy inside of you, the more you can communicate with everything, and even to the dragon goddess inside of a forest or just where you are. Because just where you are, you can live in the city, far away from the forest, and still connecting and feeling to nature in itself, because nature is everywhere, and so is the dragon. So you can communicate to wherever you are, Wherever you are, you can communicate. That is how your dragon energy works. The longer that you are, the stronger it becomes, the more that you develop your third eye. But I call the third eye the dragon's eye, because you can see this world with a dragon's eye if you develop your energy even more. Dragons are not at all like humans, and dragons are much more connected to everything. The first time that I felt this, I was overwhelmed with the energy that is inside of our world. And I told to the people, can't you feel it? Can't you feel all of these voices? Can't you feel all of this whispering? Everything is trying to speak. And they thought that I was going crazy. But I was hearing everything that was made by nature. And nature made everything. And so the dragon is everywhere. If you are living in an apartment in a big city somewhere far away from nature, it doesn't matter. Wherever the air touches, you are always connected to the gods and the dragon gods, and you can always develop your own energy. No matter what, you can always do this. But you can, of course, what you can do is to train yourself. To train yourself in what your energy can do. It can even talk to the dead. You can talk to the dead, because the dragon is a traveler, and they have met a lot of spirits. Whatever lives inside of you, this draconic energy, what lives inside of you is an energy, a spirit that has seen a lot, but now it has to learn everything again. Whenever you were born, whenever your awakening occurred, of course, that is the time that you have to learn again, learn from the beginning again, and remember things as well. That you can talk to the trees, that you can talk to the dead. Sometimes for my own training, I go to the cemetery to talk to the dead. But they are so afraid of what I showed to them. I showed them the dragon, and sometimes they see it as the devil that arrived, because they never saw something like this again. And inside of a cemetery, time stands still. So whenever I show them the dragon, sometimes they see it as a threat. But yeah, that is from something else. But that is how far your dragon energy can work. That is how far it can go and how far you can develop it. Sometimes people say your third eye. Like I said, you can see much more when your eyes are closed and you open your dragon's eye. You open your dragon's eye and try to touch it, not to see it, but to feel it, and try to communicate it with feelings and vibrations of your body and soul. There is much to it, much more to it than just believing in dragons. You are one of them. You are a spirit of them. You are a child of them. And you have to develop and learn again. So you are also going to develop to feel everything once more upon this earth. And feel that this earth is indeed made by the dragon goddess.